Taking everything off the neck. Remember, it with the grain. Going in the middle here. I had a couple of heavy matting, so we had to go in a little bit closer inside. But basically, you just leave some big balloon pants on it. Alright? So there you go. There's our pattern. Alright? Okay. So now we're just going to work one leg at a time. Okay. Now you notice he's been brushed out pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and fluff him up a little bit. Now what are we going to do is, remember we talked about the attachment combs with a 30 blade? Okay. We want to be shorter here and then longer as we come down. Alright? So whenever you're using an attachment comb, you use a 30 blade. And what I'm going to start off with first, this happens to be an Oster brand, is I'm going to start with a comb that's going to leave about a ½ an inch on the body. And the way you put them on is it has a little hinge right here. Clip it onto the back of the blade here, and then push it up. It's like a spring action, so it attaches itself to the top of the blade there. Okay? So we're going to start up here, and I'm going to not go down, I'm just going to flick the top ever so slightly like this.
Just to create the blend that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it, you know, shorter than longer, because right before it was just big. Alright, now I'm going to switch to a longer attachment comb. Now the good idea with attachment comb, like this one leaves a ½ an inch, go to the next ½ inch length, which would be 3/4 of an inch. And then start going a little bit further down. Now if you get too much resistance, it needs to be brushed out a little bit more. You never want to pull, try to make the comb go through the coat, because the risk you take is that the attachment comb comes flying off, and now you've got a 30 gouge in the coat. There's no way you can hide that.
30, is that a surgical blade?
It leaves like, you know, it's almost like, it almost takes off the first layer of skin cells.
Wow.
You know, they use it to prepare a pet for surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all I'm doing is allowing, I'm not going into the curves of the pet, I'm just going straight down. Just having the clipper do most of the work for me. Alright? Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look at my other side and see the balance of the legs back here. I want to make sure that they're on the same length. I can see already that the one side is a little bit shorter, so I'm going to start taking my 7 blade and just flicking, blending a little bit here. Just taking off more hair. You see that?
Mm-hmm. So you want to match the left to the right.
And the other side needs to come down just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to get on that other side and just kind of bring it down just a little bit more. Just so it comes down and looks the same. Okay? Now what we want to do, this is where we want to start with the scissor work. Okay? And then I'm going to comb that up. Bad idea. And I'm going to use my curves because I'm looking at a curve here, and I'm going to start kind of blending that a little bit more. Like I said, the clippers will do a lot of your work, but you'll still have to come in here and do some finish work, especially when it comes to this type of clip.
So you're always fluffing his coat and kind of just removing the excess.
Yeah, fluffing and trimming and fluffing and trimming. Yeah, just pull the skin back so I can get in there. Now what we're going to do is start going down the leg. Okay, and I'm going to switch to my straights. And I'm just going to fluff up a little bit, and I'm going to go just across the leg here. You never want to go this way. You're going to create a line. You want to go up or you want to go down. Again, here we are fluffing and trimming. You can't have the dog sit when you're doing legs, obviously, even when you're doing the body. They can sit for the head, but definitely for the body, not for the body. Again, we're just taking off anything that kind of sticks out at us. Okay, this right here, you want to have it to have a little bit of a curve, and then it comes out and then in. Okay, this is where the hawk is at. You want to use your curves in here to help you. You can. To create that curve there. But it's just, at this point, it's just about really just fluffing and shaping and fluffing and shaping. And then did I say fluffing and shaping? That's what it is. When you look at the dog from the back end, I'm going to look here. Again, more fluffing and more shaping.
Just take your time, be patient.
Take your time, be patient. Now, on a smaller breed, like a toy, you won't be able to get your hand in there, so it's okay to go this way. I know that's I told you, don't do that against, because it'll create a line. You can't really see the inside of the leg anyways, and it's, you know, you can't get in there. Now, one thing we got to do is we got to create this little bevel down here, and I'll show you how to do that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to comb everything down. Okay. Take your straights. And just take off like a ½ inch all the way around. I know, tickles. Okay? What that does is when you comb it up, now you have a little bevel at the bottom. It's not so straight edge. Okay? What that's going to help us to do is when we start shaping the bottom, I'll show you in a second. You can do it with your curves. You start shaping this bottom. So it looks more beveled. So we're going to continue to do that until we feel that it's nice and clean, nothing's sticking out. Basically, you're looking for a nice tubular, gets it, we're not done yet. Foot, leg, getting rid of all these extras, looking at it from every angle. You know, walk away from it for a little bit if you have to, and see if anything's sticking out. Because you have a general idea what it's supposed to look like. So if anything's kind of popping out, let the dog shake and see if he shakes anything out. Alright, so you can't rush this. You have a client that wants to do a rush job, they're not going to be happy. And quite frankly, neither are you. So you just keep doing that until you have a nice tubular leg. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just finish this one up, and then we'll come around and show you how to do the front one. Okay, so here we are finishing up Lucas' front leg. Basically, we did the same exact thing that we did in the back, we did in the front. So just trimming, blending, the same thing we did at the bottom of the other leg to make that nice little curve here. We did that. So again, you cannot expect to rush yourself through this kind of process. Okay. So the next thing we're going to go to the tail, and then we're going to finish off with the head. Okay. Now on the tail here, and we're going to go ahead and use a 10 or a 15. I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. We're going to go from the base of the tail here there to about right about there on the tail. Okay. Basically, it's shorter than the body.
So you use the 7F on the body, and now you're using what, a 10 or a 15?
I'm using a 15 on the tail here.
A 15?
Yes.
Okay. So you want it shorter than the body.
I want it shorter. I just want a nice short. Now, if you saw, well, you have seen actually the other clip on the poodle where we did the pom-poms on the legs, and we did a pom-pom on the tail. The tail on the other poodle was a little bit more round, and this one is a little bit longer, more tubular. Okay, so you have two types of tails you can do. Okay, I'm going to